Golly, this is going to be a race. All right.
Yeah, you gotta hope they don't hit the wall at turn 2.
Get everything set up. We're already live. Getting them ready to roll. Rockingham, round 5 of the 2023 season. On pole position, it's the Rodriguez Racing Camp. Dylan Schwellenberg, Matthew Rodriguez, set to take to the green on the front row. They were fast at Homestead. Rodriguez, unfortunately, got taken out early in that race. Dylan Schwellenberg, blown engine on lap 69. It was not nice that evening. Jeffrey White, Vince Freeze, young driver lineup. Old Hardy's National Series competition drivers. But they're on Road 2 in the Sony Cup Series now, a few years prior. Anthony Marchese, Eric DeMax, Charles Sanford. They're all in the top in the standings. And they'll be starting 5th, 6th, and 7th. Luke Martin back there in 8th. Samuel England and Sean Harple. That's the qualifying effort for tonight's race. Rockingham's going to be exciting. Tire wear always a factor when we come here for round 5 of Rockingham. Got DJ and Zach in the booth with us tonight.
Yo.
What you boys think's going to happen for tonight's race? What's the keys to watch?
I think drivers that kind of start near the mid-pack, I think will move their way forwards. I think it's going to really be dependent on tire wear. Obviously, you noted. I really do think those that didn't qualify as well will start to move forward. Some will maintain their track position. Let's say, I'm going to say, for example, Charles Sanford looked pretty good North Wilkesboro, in a long run. A couple of drivers trying to adjust that, but I think we're going to see a lot of comers and goers, and I think also pit strategy is going to be a big thing as well. Whether you undercut, overcut, really just depends on what adjustments you make at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think tire wear, tire conservation is going to be a big play here. On the strategy side, Rockingham, known to eat up the tire, eat up that rubber. And, ultimately it's going to come down to what the right call is, where you are on the track. It's going to decide that too, I think. So it should be an interesting call here with 153 laps of action.
Zayden Davison, the championship leader, starting 17th. Is he starting in a position that's not really comfortable for him? He's on the inside line. Rockingham, it's always kind of been a bottom feeder racetrack. Is track position going to be very key? Some drivers starting out back. James Shelley starting 38th for tonight's race. Is qualifying going to really impact some of these guys to try and get up there and get in the points or fight for the win?
I think it really does depend on where you qualify. Like you said, it's like a bottom feeder track, right? So I think Zane is in a very good spot because some drivers will just be simply shuffled out of line, just simply being on the top side. So I think like the early few laps, you take advantage of getting that track position, and then really from there on, it's just kind of maintaining it. So really, I'd say if you qualify on the inside line, you very much could have a golden opportunity and just gathering some track position off the bat, and once the run kicks in, whether you fall back, move forward, it's just up to you and the car to decide it all.
I think Zayden Davidson and Eric DeMax may have decent odds to keep their top 10 streak alive heading into tonight's race.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where if you get stuck on the top, you are going to be stuck on the top, and it's going to be hard to find a hole to get back to the bottom early on, at least. Once you get spread out, won't be as bad if you get stuck on the top for a little bit, but still pretty detrimental. Now, the bottom is the way to go.
This is going to be the first Sony Cup Series race in God knows how long that we don't have music playing in the middle of the race. So this is going to be interesting to watch. The Rodriguez Racing boys, Schwellenberg and Rodriguez, take us to green at Rockingham.
Yep, already pretty good start there as they roar off of turn number 2 here and down the backstretch for the first time out of, with this 153 lap race. Jeffrey White already up to the second spot. And again, watch that inside line. You're going to see a lot of drivers just immediately dive down the bottom. And Anthony Marchese already rocketing up to third. And the outside pole sitter already down to the 4th position and even more. Vince Freeze is also stuck up there 3 wide in the middle of the pack there. Looks to be Luke Martin in the 79. And, well, God knows what. It's getting really antsy early on. Watch out for that wall there. I think that was DeMax that just smacked it off at turn 2. And that's going to be another thing I think to look out for. It's really drivers
Goss is on the
getting on the apron there too and going way too high.
Yeah, that was really sketchy. I don't think we want to go 3 wide here. I don't think the track's necessarily wide enough for such racing. So that was a close call here on the second lap of the race.
A couple cars have hit the wall. Joseph Shrigley, who has been very competitive in the early going of this 2023 season, he hit the wall on lap 1, and here he is back here with James Shelley.
I really think that Shrigley will be able to move forward here. He's probably going to fall in the shadows of James Shelley right now. They're just going to have to carve their way through slowly but surely here, and they really want to get up there. They've got to do it fast here, but field already starting to fan out a little bit here, and looks like Lars Van Schaik about kissed the wall for turn number 2, but no harm, no foul. Cars already getting around them left and right.
Yepes was another one of those cars that's dead last right now that hit the wall early on. At the front, it's Dylan Schwellenberg leading the field. You're going to have to conserve your tires. Oh, Curtis is in the wall. Car 19's riding the wall. Shadeeves almost ran over him.
Good old check up there from the 15. Good awareness, but that is not what you want to do early on, is just kind of kiss that wall and just kind of eat that cushion.
Oh,
a little bit of a bump there. A little bit of a bump there, and just push the 19 up into the marbles, and that's all it wrote. But it's just how it is early on. That's some chaos in a nutshell here at Rockingham.
I got lucky there that Shadeeves was
and 3 wide again.
Not a little closer there. That could have resulted in a turn for the 19 right off the corner, but they are still squeezing this 3 wide here early on.
Miles Mashburn moving his way through the field. He qualified pretty decently, and he's closing in on the top 20.
Yeah, pretty good effort.
Impressive.
Everybody pretty much in the top 20 single file. Davidson in the 91 moved up a couple places, but Rodriguez, like you mentioned, Zach, falling back a little bit. Him and Eric DeMax both.
Yeah, Matt Rod got stuck on the outside line there from the second starting spot, and you can see here, even in just 7 laps, it resulted in him falling all the way down to 15th.
Yeah, right, starting to get a little bit single file. Jeffrey White's kind of stacking up a little bit of this field right now, right in front of the 93 of Ryan Acosta. Cody Lamas moving forward there in the 48, but single file train up front looks to be Anthony Marchese in command, Schwalberg second, Charles Sanford rounding up the podium, but Samuel England running in that 4th position. How about Dom Capps, top 5 weeks as expected in the points, with Jesse Turner following in hot pursuit. 7-car breakaway from Jeffrey White on back.
A lot of these drivers in the 7-car breakaway were in the breakaway at Homestead last time out, so bit of a similar fight right here, even though it is only lap number 10.
Capps took a peek to the inside of England, but tucked right back in, not trying to abuse the tires. Just outside of the points, Vince Freeze made some contact with DJ Curtis. He's to the inside of Bobby Jones.
It looks like in turns 1 and 2, the outside line is able to defend a little bit if the move is made right at the entry of the corner. But in 3 and 4, it's definitely bottom all the way.
Yeah, DeMax couldn't quite clear Bobby Jones there. Needed the rest of the racetrack. Jones on the top, got a good run off of turn 2, but the inside groove is exactly where you need to be. DeMax clears Bobby Jones there. Affiliate teammates.
And Matt Rod was, started out on the outside pole right down to 16th, out of the points here. So, again, not a really good start for this 9 team at all. While his teammate in contrast, qualified on pole, just running in the podium right now. And you see, again, how about the 70 car, I think, up there is running pretty solid, actually, for how they're worth right now. And holding off, well, Goss right now. Noah Hart doing a pretty good job.
Joseph
Nelson
Shrigley.
Reeves. Oh, yeah, just Joseph Shrigley, too, up from the back. But I was going to say Nelson Reeves started 33rd, and starting on the inside line has moved him up to 20th.
Also really impressed with Miles Mashburn. We talked about him a little bit. He's in that Spartan Motorsports car. Spartan really struggled last season, and here they are with their young driver with very little minimal experience in the 07. He's going to the inside of the championship leader.
Yep, make a note that he started 31st in this race, so he's already up inside the top 20. That is one very fast number 07 car, right glued down at the bottom of the racetrack, as you can tell. And look how much grip he's able to get off of turn 4. Couldn't quite get it off of Zayden, but still, really good effort. Also, another driver on the move, Nelson Reeves, started in 33rd. I know Zach wanted to make a note of that. And you know, as you noted, Noah, Wrigley's been making his move forwards here. So a lot of drivers progressing forwards, others, well, backwards, as expected in a lot of races these days.
And I think this will be a big thing to note, you know, as we continue this run, is it's a long run. I think it's like, what, 65 to 70 lap run here at Rockingham on fuel. It's early in the run still, lap 15, so make note of where the 07, the 4, and the 70 are, 19th, 20th to 21st. We'll see if they're able to relatively hold on to those positions once we get to the end of the run, and these cars have about 3 seconds or so of tire fall off. But Anthony Marchese is gapping the field now. He's got a 1-second lead over teammate Samuel England.
Oh, car stopped on the track. I think you might have just saw that.
Yeah,
43 car.
Collins,
so I think
in
the car
43.
blew up on him. What a shame. Looked really good at Homestead, and well, car disintegrated on him. Running 31st looks like, and tough break for the 43 car.
No real signs of any problem for the 43 Allen Family Racing Team Dodge until it blew up right there, lap 16 of the event. It's a tough break for them. Mentioned top 10 result for that 43 team at Homestead. And it's going to be 0 points for this organization. It's going to be finishing dead last. It was a good thing that that team scored points when it did at Homestead, because they were at the bottom 3 of the charters, and scoring points got them out of that position. But yeah, you're seeing all these cars flying by on the inside. They really panicked when they came up on the 43. Maybe some oil down there on the racetrack.
And they are hugging the apron there. I saw Ryan Acosta do it when they first approached the stop 43, and I was wondering what he was doing, but it looks like James Shelley's doing the same thing, so not really sure about that line, but
Luke Martin was one of those that started in the top 10. He's fell a ways back.
Oh yeah, definitely not a good sign early on right now, but again, a lot of track left, a lot of laps left. Only lap 18, so we might see some drivers make some better adjustments once pit stops begin, and I think that'll be, again, the interesting factor, like what drivers will pit early, which ones will pit late, you know, what adjustments will be made. It's kind of the beauty of like racing in a nutshell, is that, you know, you see some drivers that might be running like outside the points, just move their way forwards slowly but surely. So
the Red Bull is currently leading 1-2 in the event as we close in on lap 20. Dylan Poteet, the third Red Bull car for this race weekend's making his Sony Cup Series debut in the 84. He's a ways down in the running order. He last crossed the finish line in the 28th position. But yeah, Marchese off his win at Homestead, looking to add another 25 points to winning here at Rockingham. But England's there, Dom Capps is there. Dejon Weeks has had a miserable first couple of rounds after winning the Daytona 500. But he's looking to turn his season around. Jesse Tunner's not really been all that competitive in the first few races either. But he's looking to go back to victory lane just like he did last season at this track.
How about Charles Sanford 6th and Ryan Acosta in 7th right now, as Schwallenberg is going backwards, guys.
Yeah, for a moment he was running in the second position. Now he's already almost outside the pole. Actually, no,
he was leading.
He's still in the points.
He was leading from the pole.
But really, they've got to make some adjustments. Him and Matt Rod didn't look too good off the start. Well, Schwallenberg did look good off the start. Correction there. But Matt Rod kind of just chilling outside the top 10, just in 11th. Eric DeMax put in the pressure in. Got another car, I think, hit the gravel there. That might have been
something happened to Samuel England, I think.
Something wrong with the
check that out.
No, something else has happened. Cody Lamas.
Oh, Cody Lamas.
2 races in a row, an engine failure, and maybe something wrong with the 4.
That looked like a fuel system
bad luck for Cody Lamas again.
Nelson Reeves is going backwards now. I think they got a fuel pressure issue.
Lamas in the 48's got a bigger issue, though. Engine failure.
Can't seem to catch a break.
Gonna try and get
a lot of concern. A lot of concern if you're a KR driver, really for Jeffrey White's case. But Lamas, man, some bad luck for this 48 team. They just can't. They've got the speed, right, but they just can't seem to get the luck to really go their way. And well, it just seems like it's just another case of bad luck for the 48 team. Some more mechanical gremlins plaguing them. So
it seems like this 48 team is just having a lot of reliability issues. Can't quite finish the races. Maybe this won't be like completely out of the race. Maybe they can fix the race car. No smoke for the 48. So he did get
Yeah, I
back
doubt
out there.
that's going to give him any points, but
He's
even
back
so,
on the
pretty
track.
mired down the order.
What is the deal with the 4? Is the 4 still out there with the fuel pressure dealio?
Should be
out
yeah,
there,
he's
just in the
still
back,
out there.
though.
He's way down the running order. I don't think if we watch this car here, yeah, he's got no acceleration down the straightaway.
Something.
Yeah, no straight line speed. You see it already getting passed by Lars Van Schaik, just like that.
That's a shame.
Yeah, Nelson
Yeah,
Reeves was
climbed up there.
top 20 when he had that problem. And he's been doing that too. You know, qualifying deep in the pack, but finishing very well. And had himself ranked inside the top 10 of the SCS drivers in power rankings heading into this race, which was very impressive. Lamas has fresh tires. He's trying to get a couple laps back, it seems. He's 3 laps down, trying to get at least 2, but like DJ mentioned, it's just, you know, going to be not even a day to try and fight for points. Try and get some track time,
Some
make
data.
adjustments. Yep. But Dom Caps for Team Velocity. This is kind of a surprise, guys. Coming into this season, I don't know if we really expected Team Velocity and Mitsubishi to be this competitive, but right away, early in the going, Dubai was a sign of things where a non-super speedway type racetrack, they looked competitive, and if Caps hadn't wrecked out there, he could have had a top 5 finish, maybe fought for the win, and they were strong at Homestead as well, and Caps is in the 2nd position. Could go back to victory lane, guys. It's been since 2018. He's got a big run on Marchese.
Oh, I think Sanford got caught out by Lamas. That really actually hurt the exit momentum off of turn 4. That's probably what happened with
Marchese.
England actually earlier. That's why he
Marchese?
fell out.
Marchese? What are we? That was his last year?
Yeah, excuse me there. See, I keep getting it wrong. See, like, I'm used to that. But yeah, no, Marchese got hit at a bad spot. See, this is why I'm old. I feel old, you know. But Weeks is able to close in though. Three car race for the lead. So, but Marchese I think got caught out. You know.
DJ's our DW.
Cap should be coming up on lap cars here soon with the 4-car Nelson Reeves, Diego Yepes, Alison Liera. But yeah, Caps Marchese, Dejon Weeks, the podium places. Currently right now with Jesse Toner and Samuel England making up the top 5. Ryan Acosta having a strong day.
It's freeze too, man.
Charles Sanford's falling outside the top 10. Shrigley, wow.
Great climb for the Canadian.
86.
Hauling the load.
He started 40th for tonight's race. Very impressive. He's climbing through the field.
Fire in his veins.
Them Hondas are hooked up, man.
I mean, Red Bull looked really good. I mean, Dom Cap's got the lead and all that, but Hondas, you know, Red Bull looked good. Homestead, they look good here. And Strigley already climbing his way, getting closer and closer to the points.
Rodriguez
Sean Harple. Sean Harple's up here. Oh, we noticed that.
Yeah, Harple's doing a pretty good job here. Rodriguez, he fell back. He's slowly getting himself back in the top 10. But his teammate, Dylan Schwellenberg, has not done anything like that. He continues to fall through the field. Might be passed by some Mercedes. Here it comes. Harple's teammate, James Sorefox. Will Goss is there.
Miles Mashburn has actually passed the 10.
Up in 14th, so pretty good.
Wow.
This 07 is cooking. Like
I'm surprised,
looking
man.
strong.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Cooking at
This stuff,
Taco
this
Bell.
is really nice, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Might catch,
Well, you know
I
what
would
that
say catch
says.
Bobby
You-
Jones in a bit.
Get to the end of the race and ooh.
They make a good
Not
pit stop.
cooking
That
no
07
more,
could
but-
actually get in the points. Might sound bold right now, but I think if they make some good adjustments, that 07 car could actually contend for points legit. Pace looks
Shrigley,
really good.
Shrigley might be on course for a win, his first win in the Sony Cup Series. It may be back-to-back weeks, a first-time winner in the Sony Cup Series. It was Marchese at Homestead. Could have been Shrigley at Homestead. You know, he got wrecked by Jesse Turner late, but wow, into 9th position from 40th after 38 laps. Rockingham's not the easiest place to pass. It can get a little tricky. Tire wear kicks in.
Yeah, the one thing against Shrigley's chances right now is he's 7 seconds back. So even if he were to undercut, he would need a good amount of help. I think mainly he needs a caution here before this pit cycle were to open up.
Yeah, the field's still spread out right now. I don't right as of the moment. Everybody's kept their P's and Q's all together, though. We've had the few mechanical gremlins, but other than that, it's been a relatively tame race. So, all these drivers moving to and fro. Bobby Jones now making a move underneath Sean Harple here. Look to see if he can get anything out of the hat for the 11th spot. Charles Sanford has fallen back, outside the points, but even so, pretty good run at the moment. Still have time for pit stops. Again, that 07 continue to impress me. Will Goss continue to make a move forwards here. How about the 33 car? Didn't start off too well either from what I recollect. Started in 26, so Cal Farrell on the hard charge.
Nelson Reeves' team has finally brought that car down pit road to see if they can fix the issue, and it looks like, oh no, his stall is right up here. He's going to be down and into the pit stall.
Going ahead and making some adjustments, changing tires very early, and, well, their team was already way off the pace. Harple and Bobby Jones made contact off turn 4 very slightly. Harple tried to shut the door, and I think he's going to keep that position. That's just outside of the top 10.
It's a good little tussle up here between Vince Freeze, Matthew Rodriguez, and Eric DeMax. DeMax continuing to have a really good season so far. Only second at points, 19 points back from Zayden Davidson, but even so, every point counts for a reason here in the Sony Cup Series. So, 1 point could make the difference.
Be curious to see if we could just bring the overlay up for a second here and see what the fall off is like. Yeah, about 2 seconds now here on lap 43.
Shrigley's already made a pass on Vince Freeze. He is into 7th position, absolutely flying out there. Turner and England have fell away from the top 3, but now you're seeing it lap traffic here. Lap 44 has got up to Diego Yepes. Yepes actually practiced and did really well in qualifying too. But
yeah, qualified 22nd, but he's down in 39th, so I think the race pace is quite there for the 77. They're going to try and stay in the lead lap for crying out loud. They got to do what they can, so.
Lap traffic navigation now is going to really make this crucial here since we're still
the gap dwindled down. The gap dwindled down. It was like 7/10, now it's down to 4/10 essentially, so Week's able to catch up, and look at Samuel Lincoln trying to make a move on the inside for a moment, and didn't make it quite work, but here he goes down the bottom. Good exit speed off turn 4, and should be a pretty self-explanatory pass for, well, the 4th position.
If you remember, like North Wilkesboro was kind of like that with the Red Bulls. They rotated the cars very easily through the corners and easily got that pass done.
Right now, Nelson's got to be very careful here. He's a couple laps down, and he's got the freshest tires on the track, and you can see it in the corner, and even off on the acceleration there. That is going to be something to just at least be careful of. If he dive bombs somebody a little too much, it could result in a crash.
Further back, I mean, Shrigley's just flying out there right now, absolutely flying. He's 3/10 faster than Acosta.
Turner looks really slow.
Yeah, Turner ran a really slow lap. Turner really slow out there. Matt Rodriguez, Eric DeMax, and Sean Harple making up the top 10 places. Vince Freeze, Bobby Jones, Charles Sanford. I'm very impressed with Miles Mashburn. This could be a points day for the 07 team for Spartan, and I wouldn't have predicted it to be Mashburn. This is incredible run by them. Going to be racing with Charles Sanford.
Yep. Oh, look at the run he's able to get off of turn 4. I think it really does speaks volumes of really what some teams are able to step up to the challenge, and really how some drivers are able to adapt to this new car. Really, for some youngsters, it just kind of clicks off the bat, and right now he's got some great long run pace here. And James Shelley, don't look now, he's not too far behind the 07. He's been on the move too. Started 38th.
16th now.
And not as fast as Strigley's progression, but even so, it's been a great hard charge for James Shelley so far.
Looking a little further deeper in the pack, as the battle for the lead is still really close between Caps and Marchese, but it's Bobo Jones and Luke Martin. Martin fell a long ways back, but he's climbed back up to 20th. There's Lamas, he's a lap down. Eves and Stinson racing for 21st position. Dylan Schwallenberg way down here, guys.
Yeah, it looks like probably not much rear grip on the car at all, or just nothing really out of the hat for the 10 car, they've fallen way down the order in contrast to Matt Rod, his teammate, his owner, for crying out loud. Dane Stinson sitting in 23rd. Looks like Poteet not too far behind in the 24th position. I think Jeffrey White, who started pretty well in qualifying, is not faring too well in this race. Started 3rd in the race. He's down in 25th. Cole Baker is 26th there. I'm not sure who's behind him. That's the 98 car. Looks like a Malik Nevins in 27th. DJ Curtis in 28th, looks like. So really, the 19 car doesn't look too good. Noah Hart 29th, and Logan Cloud. Well, that rounds out your top 30, looks like. And a couple surprises. Zayden Davidson pretty far down the order, too. So CBM really missing out on the setups here. Maybe not good quality pace, but the race pace hasn't really been there for the CBM.
Haven't quite noticed that, but Zayden Davidson has really struggled in this race. When we last saw him, he was running inside the top 20. Very unnoticeable that he slowly slipped back.
Yeah, kind of under the radar, really, when you're out of the points. It's kind of not much to really look at, because you're just like that rate. Ooh, there you go.
Marchese is just took the lead.
They're so strong today, them the 6, the 30, 82, you name it. It's just the top 3 kind of pulling away, though, if anything. Samuel England's only 3.5 seconds back, essentially, 3.6. So, yeah, they got a lot of work to do here. We still have pit stops in the window, more or less, but Red Bull, they're cooking. They're on a very good streak right now. Looks so strong at Homestead, as mentioned before. Marchese ended up winning the race, and he's looking to really repeat that success today here. Maybe go for another dub.
3 wide
back there.
Strigley, man, he is on a mission, isn't he? He just got past Acosta and England. He's looking to get past Turner and pit stops.
Weeks is pitting.
He's the first to undercut.
Interesting call. Interesting call by Weeks. They're going to go for a good undercut here. And I think the biggest fear you might have is a caution coming out the worst time when you're down pit road, if anything. Oh, I saw another car come in. Schwallenberg, White coming down pit road, so they're going to need their well-needed adjustments there. They've been struggling. Here goes the leader, Anthony Marchese, coming down here. So we've got ourselves some green flag pit stops at last. Both Red Bulls coming in, at least the primary ones, Matt Rod coming in, Hartbull, Bobby Jones also coming in as well. So it's going to get really interesting here, and this is really where your pit crew needs to step up.
The tire fall off, I mean, they're about 3 seconds fall off right now, so Weeks is really going to capitalize the Red Bulls as well, and Dom Cap's continuing to stay out.
Probably I would say they're prioritizing the younger tires, maybe, yeah, they're going to be old right now, but once you get into a rhythm, once the tires are starting to heat up, get themselves all together, that's really when the youth kicks in for them, and a couple cars up in the marbles there, but interesting to see, the 6 car stay out on the track. There's our points leader coming down pit road, Zayden Davidson. Probably wanted to hope for maybe a miracle, if anything, but Cap staying out on the track still. So, again, this is getting pretty spicy. Dejan Weeks pitted on lap 56. Anthony Marchese didn't pit too long afterwards here, So, he's going to have younger tires, than that of the cars that had pitted earlier, which is very much rhetorical, in this case, but very interesting to see when that 6 car is going to pit here, and it doesn't look like they're going to pit anytime soon again. So this is, again,
this
is
crazy.
This is actually pretty exciting,
This is very, very interesting here, because I thought this was going to be a one-stop race for the field, but now I'm not so certain, and I think at this point the undercut is the way to go, because you're not going to have a full run at the end here.
And here was the thing,
coming in.
Here's the thing, if he had stayed out much longer, and let's say a caution theoretically did come out, how many cars he would trap a lap down? It would have been like, a chasm of cars trapped a lap down.
Well, he did the same thing at Dubai. Dom Caps did.
Max is still pulling it off. He's stretching it.
There's a lot of people still staying out here. Caps in the 18.
Where it gets worrisome.
Everybody's like stepping over each other. That's when crashes tend to happen.
Did the 07 stay out another lap? I don't think the 07 is pit yet.
I think the
oh, wow. You see, look at the speed, the difference in
the
speed.
difference.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. You see them zoom by like slot cars on the track.
I'm impressed that these guys are going this long into the run.
I wonder, let's say this does go green. Let's say this does go green all the way, right? And, they got to pit one more time, I would think, based on how they've been pitting this based on this fuel window itself, right? I wonder really how much of a gap or how much of a run they're going to get in as the Max does come in, you know. So
I wonder coming in behind him here.
Oh
no, he's going to stay out.
I like the
Mashburn's
boldness.
going to get to lead a lap. Wow.
I like the boldness of this. Got nothing to lose.
Mashburn for Spartan leads a lap. Wow.
Ooh.
I don't even know if he wanted to stay out. It looked like there were so many cars passing and that there was no way to get down. He might be able to get down here.
I want to check it out now. Yeah, no, he's got a lot of space here.
He's still going to stay out, I think.
And Freeze.
No,
I think he's committing. I think he's coming in.
Committing, yeah.
Yeah, there he goes.
And this will cycle Dejan Weeks to the race lead.
This is how you get big publicity in the Sony Cup Series. You work your way towards the front in an underfunded car. And, well, Spartan Motorsports, who have had recent success in the Hardee's National Series, showing it out in the Sony Cup Series, leads a lap with their young driver in the 07 car. Very impressive.
What's even more impressive to me is that pit cycle was about 8 laps long. Lap 56 to 63. It's a miracle that we didn't have anybody get run over.
Everything's going to cycle out. I'm not surprised. Dejan Weeks is going to be the leader. Eric Damax, he was in the top 10.
Is he a lap down?
He stayed out the longest. You're going to have to see where Eric Damax ends up.
24 cars on the lead lap. Cole Baker looks to be I would say scroll down a bit. I actually kind of want to see how that looks right now. So 24 cars on the lead lap. Cole Baker, the last car on the lead lap, soon to be lapped by Dejan Weeks. But again, depends on, I would say, the tire wear really kicking in. You know, I would think Cole's tires are maybe a bit colder, if anything. But interesting calls all around. You know, some staying out longer, maybe banking on some miracles, but others, you know, not working out so much. But that's a lot of cars a lap down.
Mashburn in the 07.
Lap down.
40th.
26th.
He stayed out the longest, right? And he's down in 40th, and he was knocking on the door of a top 10. Just goes to show you what tire fall off is going to do if you stay out too long.
Where's the 6 right now? I think the 6 is lead lap.
Yeah, 9th position.
9th place. 11 seconds back, though. So he'll be going nothing but forward. He was just in front. You just completely missed him. But Dejan is the leader, but he pit first, so he will go... He would basically mostly go backwards here, depending how this run progresses. But so let's see here. Where if we go green, we had everyone pit 56 to 63, so that means the next window could be 112 to 126. But I think based on the length of the runs, I wouldn't be surprised if we see people short run this run and maybe start pitting around, like, say, maybe lap 100 or so.
It's a possibility. We'll have to, again, wait and see.
Rockingham, I have noticed over the years, is known for teams to run that first run as long as they want, and then the strategy really gets interesting to end the race.
Marchese not really closing that gap just yet, but it'll probably be more of a factor later on in the run. He's 4 seconds back than teammate England right there in 3rd. And Shrigley's in 4th position. Bobby Jones has climbed to 5th with some strategy. He's 10 seconds back to the race leader. There he is with Matthew Rodriguez, with Harple, Caps, Acosta, and Freeze making up the top 10.
Very funky top 10, you know. But, I mean, there's a lot of expected names, but... See Turner just outside top 10, sitting in 11th. Schwallenberg in 12th. You know, the strategy kind of working out and been in their favor. James Shelley has propelled himself up to 13th. Charles Sanford sits in the 14th spot. Will Goss having a quiet run in that 15th position. Bobo Jones sits 16th. Then you got Cal Farrell, Jeffrey White. They're all kind of huddled up together there for 17th and 18th. Looks like trying to get around Cody Lamas. And look at James Silverfox trying to haul it down the inside, get around 2 birds with 1 stone here, thanks to Cody Lamas getting in the way. And Dane Stinson, ooh, look at that 3-wide action here.
Oh,
it's getting really tight. Dane Stinson able to get around both the 33 and the 11 there. Great pass. And
Jeffrey
actually,
White
I think the
got
teammates...
the worst of it.
Yeah, his teammate held him up, so double disaster for Curtis Racing there. So, there you see, there's the 15 there. Pretty solid effort. Shade Eves, nothing too sporadic there. Dylan Poteet, 22nd. And then Cole Baker just getting lapped there. Zayden Davidson is a lap down, so the points leader looking to regain a lap back, hoping for a yellow here soon enough. Eric DeMax is hot on his heels as well, so both these drivers trying to get past that 30 core, but DeMax is going to say, well, I want to get to the inside.
Caution flag is
right.
out.
I wonder who wrecked it.
Davidson trying to get his lap back. Eves just fell a lap down.
Yeah, they couldn't. Llamas held up the 15 there. It's just bad timing on Eves' part. Not sure what happened, but that is not... I think if that caution came in a little bit later, I think Davidson could have had a shot there, but you got to see what happened there.
Wow. Caution flag is out. Doesn't look like...
Maybe someone blew up, I would think.
Unsure what just happened.
Unless someone actually spun. Might have to look at it. I haven't really seen any skate marks, looks like. I forget, you don't do Lucky Dog, don't you? You don't really do Lucky Dogs here, no? Yeah.
No.
Unless it was a weird phantom yellow, but...
I'm not seeing anything. Well, debris yellow, yeah. That's what it looks like.
That's weird. That's kind of weird. I don't really see any... Usually you'd see like a smoke that would indicate, you know, a car spinning around or something.
Wow.
And you can't... And people,
right there.
That's crazy.
Play it.
Wow.
Play it and pause it right there, and let's go around the track here.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Wow.
I don't see anything that indicates a yellow, really. That's it. That's the questionable call from the officials there. I don't know what...
No one can make it on fuel from here either. It looks like everyone just came down pit road. But no one's going to make it on fuel from here. They still need to pit one more time.
So White, see, Matt Rod came in. Looks like Schwallenberg. So I think a lot of the people near like the back half of the lead lap came in and pitted. Top off on gas, you know. You're in the back half. Strictly came in too, so that's also interesting. Actually, everybody
beat the Red Bulls.
Everybody came in, I would think, actually, at this rate.
Let's see, is anyone...
Kind of smart, you know.
If we bring up the box, we should see if anyone is going crazy with two-tire calls here, potentially.
I don't think it'd be kind of stupid to do a two-tire stop.
I would hope everyone takes 4, but I would like to bring up the rectangle to see for sure.
And the thing is, the fact that Weeks did the undercut, right? It paid off beautifully for him. He's now on the right strategy with everybody. This really hurts the guys like, you know, DeMax that stayed out really long. Caps as well. Miles Master.
You not do waiver rounds either.
Oh yeah, waiver rounds. We'll get waiver rounds.
Oh, we do the waiver rounds. Never mind.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure on that. So
kind of not too surprised.
Yeah, we got to see who pitted, who stayed out. So I think, yeah, we just wanted to make sure on that. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Wow,
Caps stayed out. Caps, Jesse Turner, Bobo Jones, Cal Farrell. 4 cars stayed out.
I don't like that call.
I don't either. I don't think that's gonna work out.
I feel like he's a sitting duck though. It's just you can't.
Wow,
you gotta top off on the gas and get the fresh rubber.
Yeah, he's gonna go backwards. He's probably at about a half a second to a second disadvantage here.
Would have loved to have been able to get this waiver round, but he's gonna be.
I think he would have hoped the 6 car to hit.
It's just gonna be the 18, 79, and 77 waving. The Dom Caps just trapped everybody else.
Yes, so the Max
gets his lap back. So does Luke Martin.
And Yepes. Gonna take that risk, maybe hope for a quick yellow, see if it works in their favor. But
Mashburn, yellow will be the 6.
I think with the 6 having old tires, this actually might help the cars on the inside line. You know, I think
this might help Davidson.
This is a weird hypothesis of mine to think, but
now
I would think with the 6 car having old tires. Yeah, everybody in that inside line, I would say, took tires. That's why they didn't take a wave around. You know.
Unsure how Cody's doing in this race. He's 2 laps down, still trying to fight. If it would have been 1 lap down, that would have been big for him. I think everybody that's a lap down might actually stand a chance because the first 4 cars on the top, they all have kind of old tires a little bit. Some of them are 5 to 10 laps older.
Yeah, Turner stayed out. Jones stayed out. Farrell stayed out. Well, Jones is on the lap down. He's kind of stuck in top side kind of groove.
Jones is on the lead lap.
Is he? Oh, yeah, you're right. Correct me. Thank you.
So I don't think this will work as we're going green, but I think the only way the 6, 17, 44, and 33 might have a shot at something here is They need to make it to lap 93, and they need to pit right on that lap.
Cody's really slow. Would not be surprised if he.
Oh, we might
Oh,
get
there's
another
a wreck!
caution, and we're
It's
going
England!
to. Oh, it's gonna be
that's
huge.
a tough break.
Oh,
This
Bobby
could be
Jones.
huge.
Allison Lee
Shelly
Yarrow,
got in it.
Shelly.
Goss got in it.
Oh, Will
Reeves. Oh my
Goss.
goodness. Oh, this is a terrifying wreck. Oh my goodness.
James
oh,
Shelley
my word.
spun. Allison Liera's out. Stinson's
Oh, that
involved.
22 cars is strong. I wonder who that saved. I gotta see who that saved. Lap cars. That's a big thing. I think Mashburn might be on the lead
Wow,
lap.
look
oh
at
my
this.
goodness, it's
Oh,
a pile
look.
up here.
Bobby Jones and
Sanford,
Charles
Bobby
Sanford.
Jones.
Mashburn's on the lead lap now.
And
I think that
Davidson.
helped.
Ashburn
Let me,
and Davidson.
yeah, double
wow.
check the leaderboard here, so I'm not sure I'm not hallucinating. But
Now,
that was huge.
will the cars that just stayed out pit? They're coming in. Oh, this makes it even more interesting.
Yeah, that
now.
actually saved the 0791. That saved them a lot. That is huge. This is huge for Zayden Davidson too,
So
because
these
this is a
four-
guy that could really make a
And
great
the thing
freaking
is,
comeback.
these guys got their lap back, racing their way back on. They took tires. Will they stay out and get to the
They
lead?
could pit again. I feel like you would pit again, but I don't know because they're pretty new. You know, they're
Looks
only
like
like a lap.
Mashburn's gonna pit. I think Mashburn's
I think
pitting.
that's smart. You're the
Actually, no,
07
wait.
pit. No,
No, wait,
I think
he's
they're
not.
just trying to get around the 15. Yeah,
Yepes is pitting though.
that's good for the 77. They need the pit.
I don't
Really,
know
that
if he
saved the
got
wave around cars
damaged,
too.
though.
That saved the wave around cars too. Actually, when you think about it, because the
Wow.
77, you know, they're on old tires, so this is a no-brainer that you pit. So
Shame for
what a
England.
tough break for England, though. You hate to see it for him.
Gonna wait and see, but I would not be surprised if officials just park Cody Lamas.
Just bad
Just
day
off,
gone the worst.
off the pace though.
Looked
I
like
feel
it
like
found
that
a
was
cylinder
because
or
of
something.
tires, though. He was still out on old tires, and it caused a
That's
huge
just that's
mess.
an accordion effect. And oh, poor Bobby Jones again.
Oh man,
13.
Those are some hard hits there for shade.
It's nothing you
That's
really
just a tough
can do
break for a
there.
lot of drivers here. Bobby Jones again can't catch a break. That's
Yeah, that's
Charles
a
Sanford got
heartbreaking
kind of
mistake.
stuck. Francois Chastain.
So I believe the top four that had stayed out, they went down pit road. I'm not sure
Yep.
who else pit with them. I'm assuming they took 4 tires. We'll have to check
Those
on that
those
real
that
quick.
took the wave around also pitted because you know old tires too. So
Got hooked.
yeah,
He got hooked there by
checking
somebody.
up. Mm.
They got stuck on that transition too. That was a shame for a lot
Sanford
of
kind
drivers
of gave him
there.
a little lift here.
A little boop up.
He didn't. Shepard got damage in that, heavy damage to the front end of his car.
So Shrigley is the new leader. We want to just see check, make sure those that stayed out definitely took 4. It would be really bad if they took 2. Yeah, it looks like everyone took 4. Oh wait, no, who's that has a single-digit second pit stop there?
That was Marchese.
Under the 17 Marchese down pit
That's
road?
Marchese. Yep.
Was that
Marchese
maybe
might have
for
took.
damage. He had damage. I think he was in the wreck.
Yeah,
no? Or was that
I think
England?
he might have been. He might have got away with that one. We'll take a quick replay.
Probably got a little
Oh, he's
snippet
got
of
a
right
lot of,
side
he's got a
damage,
good
if
bit of
anything.
damage here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
On
was
board,
right
on
behind.
board
Really-
with Marchese.
Really a
right
shame for the
behind
Red
England.
Bulls.
He's
Yeah, it's
behind
just a
teammate England.
Oh yeah,
Oh, front end
Go
damage
there.
mostly. Right side.
team killer right there.
Shame for Red Bull though. Oh,
wait,
oh, my
whoa,
goodness.
whoa.
Wait. I don't know.
wait, go back. Go back.
Had me in the first half.
That
not gonna
didn't
lie,
look
buddy.
good.
Oh, I don't. Okay, no, because after that, okay.
I
we'll
don't
still
think he
fast
hooked
forward
him,
anyway.
but
He's like about had it for you
Somebody-
causing that
somebody
wreck.
was-
you know?
that was
Somebody
really
was-
dicey.
I think he knew that I think the spotter told him the 99 caused the wreck and he wasn't having it. So
No
He's got
more
no hood
on
now.
the 83. Oh, Cody Lamas is still out here. I don't know about this one, man.
Gonna pull Cody Lamas into pit road real quick. Because we do not want to see this happen. Oh, it's not gonna work.
No,
Cody Lamas.
on the caution restart, he's not gonna. I'm gonna pit here until the lap goes by. This could get sketchy. DJ Curtis is right behind him.
I don't
Yeah,
think the last thing you want to do is wreck Cody Lamas.
He'll be pitting this
Oh,
time by,
we'll
but they gotta
see.
Wow, this
they
is
gotta
gonna be,
make it.
This is gonna be sketchy.
Oh, let's right to the 48. Right to the 48.
Yeah, I
Cody-
think the
Cody
40
is,
is just down on power. I mean, that
That
engine,
is, yeah,
that
it's a
engine
good thing
gremlin
you already
really
blacked
plaguing
them.
him.
This don't look good though to me.
It's gonna block the inside line if anything.
Let's
so.
see. He should come in here.
Oh boy, this
Yep,
is
you watch everybody
sketchy,
migrate to the
sketchy. Oh, this is real sketcy right here.
Or wide.
Look out for
they're standing
Llamas!
up in front of him.
Cody about got dumped entering pit road.
I mean, what much could you do?
Oh, crap.
Oh, look at Poteet. He's up against the wall. Oh,
Poteet's in the
stuck
wall. Stinson's in the wall.
Stinson's in the wall. Ay, ay, ay.
A bunch of strategy calls here for this restart. The
Dom's
championship
in
leader's
the
in the
back
middle
now.
of it.
Ala nearly put herself up into the outside wall in front of the 59.
And with all this, Shrigley's in the lead from starting 40th
That's crazy.
on lap 86.
This could be the day. This could be the day. Still early to tell, but, you know,
Look at this top 5.
in the lead again.
I think Lamas is now coming back out on the track. Hopefully he is up to speed now.
I doubt it.
Going to monitor this.
I doubt it, he says.
He looks all right now.
Yeah, for now. Yeah.
Curtis is a lap down in car 19.
I think he got
Really
pretty
spread
unlucky
out
with
the
the lap
field.
car there.
Schwallenberg is into 6th now after all that.
A good little comeback there.
And how about Luke Martin last lap crossed the line inside the top 10? Max, who was a lap down, is back in the top 10, or was. Here comes Cabs charging his way back forward.
A lot
I was
of
gonna
good
say
comeback
it was-
drives.
It was only a 1 lap difference there from the 2 cautions, but Dom Caps is hauling right now.
Teammate Nelson Reeves up there has had an issue
Farrell.
with the fuel system. Here's Farrell in the 33. He's on the lead lap 2 now.
Get yourself some points,
was-
buddy. You gotta run.
He was one of those cars that stayed out there on the first yellow and then pit on the second. The other 2 were the 44 and who was the other one?
It was Farrell, the 44.
Turner.
Yeah,
Turner.
Turner.
also
Yeah, where's
pitted
the
in Caps,
17?
Yeah.
Jesse Tunner.
He is in the back still, I think.
No, he's in 12th position, right
He's
there
in
with
12th.
those guys.
Oh yeah, he is.
Acosta made a move. I saw him make a move to the inside there. That's pretty vital here. Got to make a move underneath Matt Rod here, and here he goes right down the bottom. Look at Sean Harple sitting in that 3rd position, really nice and cozy up in the podium position right now. With Ryan Acosta on a charge here. How about that for the car number 93? Great run there, but Strigley putting a half a second gap over Dejan Weeks here, and again, Strigley in a prime position to get that first win still, so time will tell here tonight.
Cal Farrell in the top 10. I think somebody may have fell out of it because Caps is in it as well.
Luke Martin. Luke
Yeah,
Martin. is
Martin.
plummeting.
Martin fell a long ways back. He's falling
Wow.
backwards.
Got freight trained on the outside there. Everybody went down the bottom, ganged up on him, and said, well, we're going to show you, old man.
Oh.
I'm not coming in behind you again, old man.
Tired of seeing him winning those Napa Truck Series, races.
Hey man, Luke Martin just got his first win of the season at Homestead a couple of weeks ago.
Dominance he had at
Poteet
breeding,
could
it kind of
Poteet could get a top 10 on debut.
That'd
be a
be crazy.
grandiose run.
He's in 12th behind Jesse
How
Tunner.
about the 83? The 83's got no hood in the car. He's still running. He's just outside the points still. So, it's not outlandish that he could really get points out of this
Darn
if things
Hans,
go in the right
man.
direction.
You could have a
Honest-
baby carriage as a Red Bull and still get points.
Might be an aerodynamic advantage maybe for that 83 car. Who knows?
That might be a quote of all time right there.
Well, Caps, slowly but surely reeling in Vince Freeze. Then in front of Freeze, you have Schwallenberg who's racing with Silver Fox. A great day for UER right now. Can't imagine. UER has not won with this driver pairing. Harple and Silver Fox have been driving as teammates for a long time now. It's been about 3 years that driver pairing has been there.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say the only things I really remember about this driver pairing is Silver Fox breaking Dylan Young's leg and getting concussed at Kansas.
They're a very solid team, though. I think that's what
But they
they're
are
very
very good,
consistent.
yes.
They're a very solid team. They're just, I don't know what's with it, but I think there's something. They just need like a little hump just to get to top status. But Harpo running very good, Silver Fox running good. If they get races like this all together, they're going to be very good to look out for. Probably up there in maybe the Constructors Championship if you want to go that route. But look at Strigley extending that gap over weeks, 1.3 seconds here. The 86 car looking good right now.
Yeah, that 86 is hooked up.
That UER pairing, like we mentioned, they have been super consistent, but like you mentioned, they've just been missing a little bit to be able to find victory lane. UER has won before with TJ Martin all the way back in 2018 at Talladega, but it's been a long time and they haven't won a race since. It's their only victory in the Sony Cup Series. And they've been very close. They've got top 5s and top 10s. Harpo and Silver Fox are a great driver pairing for this organization, pushing this team forward, just missing a little something to find victory lane. But as long as you're running in the top 5 and top 10, you'll be right there in position to try and make it count.
Schwallenberg make a move on Silver Fox here. This is for the 6th spot. Couldn't quite go there. A little bit of a reach, but you could tell he was looking a little bit down to the bottom of the track, though. Again, great comeback drive for Schwallenberg here. Fell off, they're like 23rd, but a couple more drivers still stuck a lap down. DJ Curtis, first car lap down right now, 24th. And you see there, just not really things going his way. 98 car running up there. Malik Nevins just having a quiet day, top 30 run. But Dom Caps, though, how about that? That 6 car again's been so fast, but he's 9.3 seconds back, so they got to pull something out of the hat there, maybe to want to gain some ground. But Cal Farrell, impressive run so far for Team NVM. This is a great run. This is something they need, really. Some teams like these need on an occasion.
I want to point out.
Go ahead.
I wanted to point out, I was looking at the bottom of the lead lap cars there, and it looked like England and Mashburn are decently off the pace. I'm not sure if that's tires. I think England is probably damaged, too. But
England does have damage.
Mashburn's by himself here, and here comes the DO 86 getting ready for lap traffic again here.
I'm kind of surprised. Maybe they didn't make good adjustments on that Taco Bell machine. Maybe I hyped them up a bit too early, maybe, but I think the adjustments made just maybe weren't there for them, so could be also acquitted to maybe damage, but they didn't really get damaged in that big wreck anyway because they were ahead of it when it came out. But Joseph Strigley just gonna weave on by. No harm, no foul from Mashburn there. Just gonna. He also didn't pit. I think that's also the big thing I have to note. But even so, you'd think the tires are kind of equivalent of each other just because the leaders stayed out as well. So you'd also think on that too.
I think it's the tires, like you said there, DJ, because he hadn't pit. And then he got lucky, I think, being on the inside line there with the quick restart. So I don't think he has pit since he pit on lap 63, 64. So
kind of questionable then, do you think? Kind of questionable then on the strategy call then, like why, you're back on the lead lap. Like why not pit, You might as well. It's a no-brainer, Free tires, fresh rubber. You got a little bit fresher than the leaders per se, so...
Well, I'll tell you one thing right now. I think if he pits here soon, he'll have the freshest tires, and I don't think anybody else is really going to want to pit for another 20 laps or so. So he might gain a ton of time back.
And this is about a, if we went green all the way and someone wanted to pit now, we saw how long they went until they pitted for the very first time, for the first stops of the day. This could be, a gamble for most people if they wanted to pit right now, but. I'm not sure if we'd get another yellow flag or not.
So you get a random phantom yellow again, but
yeah, the race.
With the laps winding down, I don't know if that would be the case.
Now, Shrigley, this is a stat I'm not entirely certain, but I think Shrigley has led a lap in every race done this season so far, but Dubai. I don't think Shrigley led at Dubai, but I think he led at Daytona. He led at North Wilkesboro, Homestead, and now here at Rockingham.
I think your replay thing's showing up on there, but the 86 car, they've been just on it today. They were on at Homestead before the Turner excursion, but this 86 team, they've got so much pace, and that really comes to show they could be championship favorites. I'd like to say, I love saying that term, but I see a lot of energy from this kid, and they've been waiting so long, but again, I think this is the big thing, we talked about way earlier, is the strategy calls. We saw the difference between an undercut and an overcut, and we're going to have to see that again demonstrated. So I think some drivers that are laps down, they're going to try and gamble, maybe hope for a yellow to come out. Those that are going to maybe think of the race win, I think will try and maybe pull an undercut, if anything. So the undercut seems to be the most effective strategy, as Zach pointed out earlier. So I think it's just really a matter of who's going to pit first.
Farrell just made a pass on Vince Freeze for 9th. A very big day.
I think to the point of the undercut here, if you are between Shrigley and Dejan, really, because there's a 7-second gap from Shrigley back to Harple. I think if you're Dejan, you gotta pit before Shrigley here, and you gotta hope Shrigley stays out about
maybe the
2 or
86 got a
3
bad stop. That
2 or 3 laps. You want the 86 to stay out longer than you, because then he might not have enough time to catch back up. Everybody third on back, I think, doesn't really matter when they pit. They're just so far back that they need a yellow, and they need everyone to pit on the same tires to have a shot here, because they're just so far back there now.
UER's James Silverfox closing in on the back bumper of Matthew Rodriguez. And Silverfox, the Candyman, going to the inside.
He's catching his teammate too, so Silverfox's car is looking very slick in this long run here. So he's starting to bob and weave through the pack, and really these cars slowly but surely. Silverfox now up to P4. So look at the Matt Ron having the run of a lifetime off of turn 2. Going to try the outside here, but not the optimal line, more or less. So Silverfox should be able to really just not worry about the pressure from that Napa Auto Parts machine. But yeah, we've got a car on pit road. Looks like, I think I might have seen it earlier. I'm not sure if they're on there any longer, but I think we're starting to see some cars start to pit to and fro.
The championship leader, Zayden Davidson, getting to the back bumper of Marchese. No hood on that race car, but Marchese's in 12th. Davidson trying to get back into the points. Him and Eric DeMax entered this race as the only drivers that have scored points in every race so far this season. Davidson went a lap down, fought his way back, and got back on the lead lap. And he's only a couple seconds back from 10th position, which is Vince Freeze. Could possibly still earn something of today's race.
I'd bring up the chat box there, Noah, to see who might have pit or had an issue.
Looks like
59 car.
Lars Van
Suspension.
Schaik.
He's back out on track now, but it was likely a while ago.
Yeah, most likely, but
Oh, yeah, that was a long
Yeah.
while back.
Man, that 5-second lead now for Joseph Shrigley. I don't think it matters when Dejan pits now. He is about half a second slower than the 86 every lap, and the 86 is in
this
traffic.
is terrible traffic.
Yeah, this is not good traffic right now for Joseph Shrigley.
That Lamas gets out of the way. He laps Yepis, that puts 18 cars in the lead lap. Bobo Jones is not too far in front of the 86 car.
I'm surprised Bobo is this far off, because he pit under the recent yellow.
Yeah, that is interesting, though. You'd think a little bit younger tires, right? Maybe could be advantageous, but doesn't seem like it. Maybe they just made some bad adjustments. Not sure.
That could be the case. It was only about a lap and a half difference, so. But usually on a track like Rockingham, that lap and a half tends to matter a lot, but just maybe not in this situation. Someone's on pit road now.
Oh, that's the
Yep,
59
that's
once
59.
again.
There it is.
59 again now. Maybe final stop of the day.
Yeah, Van Schaik's been having some issues out there today. Going to try and finish this one out, but just like Lamas, not going to have a whole lot to show for it, but out there getting as much data as possible. And, well, the 59's also out there trying to finish ahead of any open car possible to get any points off of them. Take points off of those guys. But, was mentioning, I looked at it earlier, but Diego Yepes in the top 20 right now is a lap down, racing ahead of Eric DeMax. Oh, boy. Oh, Dylan Young and Bobby Jones.
Someone's pitting there, yep.
There's
Jeffrey
White down
White.
pit road. Stinson down pit road.
Stinson White. But I do tend to agree, Weeks definitely needs to get on pit road before Joseph Shrigley if he wants to have a chance to win this race.
And he did the last time.
Gained a ton of time.
The
that
Max
lap.
is in pit road.
Here's Mashburn. He decides he's not going to go long this time.
Yeah, I think they learned from the strategy call. Overcutting didn't quite pan out for them. So
Shrigley stays
gonna
out.
did lead a lap though. If you want to get anything out of that.
Start watching who might pit here. DJ's a
Curtis.
lap down, but
They're trying to bank on trying to like undercut people to get back on
This
the lead
would be
lap.
the
That's probably
worst
what they're going
time for a
for.
yellow to come out and be a lap down. So I think a lot of people are kind of skeptical to do it. But,
Ooh.
oh, and Van Shake.
Remember, 59's on new tires here, so Circle's got to be a little bit careful there.
The UER cars still not pitting. 10 seconds back now to the 86.
Undercut's definitely the way to go here. There's only 30 to go.
This would be big for guys outside the points like Davidson to pit right now.
Here he goes. Interesting call. And we saw again the difference. And there's Strigley right there. He's still out on the track. Weeks is still on the track as well. So, ooh, this is gonna be, ooh, man. UER stays out on the track as well. Caps, yep, no takers really in terms of lead lap cars. Davidson was like one of the very few to do that. Hart coming down pit road.
Strigley again staying out there. Continuing to run long here.
Getting dizzy, but we gotta keep checking who's pitting. We gotta know.
That's all we're checking right now. Very mixed strategies right now. People are still staying up, but Acosta. This is big for Acosta. May leapfrog a couple guys in front of him.
Might have a shot at a top 5 here, despite being so far behind Strigley. Will Goss.
Strigley stayed out once again. There's Bobo.
Bobo's in.
Weeks staying out. Oh, and Silver Fox is in.
Silver Fox.
It's a big one there.
There's Caps. There's Caps.
Wow, I'm surprised that a lot of people are still choosing
Turner's in. There's Turner.
to stay out here.
Ooh, this is gonna get good. I like where I love these strategy calls.
Where's? Oh, I thought. But Caps.
Poteet, yep, is in.
Strigley cannot allow, or well, Weeks
I think they're psyching each other out. They're trying to make mind games here. I think that's the thing. But the other lead lap cars are like, hey, I'm gonna pit earlier. Might as well have got nothing to lose. So freeze in. Smith, ooh, little drift from Patrick Smith there.
There's Marchese. He's on pit road.
Marchese with literally no front end.
There's the 30. I didn't see the 86.
86 has not.
Yeah, no, they still stayed out. They still stayed out.
There he is. Yep.
There's only 6 cars on the lead lap right now. This is
Weeks
where
if you're pit now. I don't know why Weeks wouldn't just pit now. He does not need Strigley to undercut him.
Strigley is still staying out.
But Silver Fox is going to be tearing into. All right,
here
it is.
Weeks. There he is. This is going to be crucial here. And also, don't ever sleep on any of the other lead lap cars because this is also just as important.
Matt Rod's the only other one right now.
Harple pits behind Weeks.
Oh, this is not good. The teammates.
Okay, gets on there fine. Now Strigley in the 86. There he is. Responds
there he is.
They
hit a lap later. That's what you gotta do. Again, you gotta keep an eye out and really third on back too. I feel like they're gonna gain a lot of time, but that's gonna be the other thing.
I think it's so interesting to me. I feel like Dejan needed to pit about 3 laps ago with how long Strigley just kept staying out, but you could also argue that Dejan wanted to stay out as long as the 86 because if there was a caution, it was going to be down between those two probably with about 5 cars on the lead lap.
And there's
Silver Fox. You see Silver Fox right there.
He's got the tires
warmed up. You see how big that undercut is. They're warmed up.
Right up
Weeks
to Dejan.
Caps is right there. You know, jumps Harple. No surprise, like I expect, but like the undercut.
Davidson's in the top 10 now.
Good call.
I think this is going to be a bigger shuffle for who gets points today than who wins the race because Strigley is still ahead.
Yeah, big pit stop.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fast pit stop.
That was a very good stop. Holy moly. Good call. Good work by the Horizon Group team. This
he
is
won't
huge.
even lose the lead. He didn't even lose the lead.
I think he gained time, if anything.
Yeah, he
pretty
did.
much
He
maintained
gained about
the time.
a second. He gained like a second on Dejan, man. That's crazy.
I think that might do it. Unless he gets, like, he literally catastrophically blows up.
In the last
like, that would literally be the only snow, like, only rock in his path, you know?
Within the last 15 laps, the last 15 laps of the 2020 Rockingham race, it was in the fall, but Luke Martin was on his way to victory when on lap, I think it was lap 139, way out ahead, blew up, was going to clinch the championship a race early. And from the lead, just grenades the engine. Would be a catastrophic failure if something like that happened today, but it looks like that's going to be the only thing that could stop him unless lap traffic wrecks with a lap car or something. Shrigley looks good to make it back-to-back races of a first-time winner in the Sony Cup Series, but we still got just a little over 20 laps to go.
Got a question in the chat here, if we just want to bring up the chat box real quick to make sure everyone took 4 tires.
Yeah, we can double check that.
Yeah,
see.
Everyone took 4. There's
Yeah, it
no
looks
2
like-
tire stops here.
Oh yeah, it looks like a lot
I feel
of
you.
Goss was on pit road for a long time.
Probably had some unfixed damage from something.
Probably damage.
Yeah, everyone
That's
took
a shame
4
actually
here.
for Goss because they were
Stinson.
running pretty good.
Stinson was on there for a while.
It was Lamas that actually pitted when
That was
I think
from the
Yepes
black
asked earlier.
flag.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll take you through the field for you with less than 20 laps to go now. It's Joseph Shrigley out front. Then it's Dejon Weeks in second. He's kind of getting himself a little bit of a gap now to James Sorfox. Sorfox on the podium in third currently. Dom Caps, who was very fast early on in the race, has had to rebound from the rear, and he's into fourth. Zayden Davidson, the championship leader, has not been in the top 10 all day long until strategy for the final pit stop of the day got himself in the top 10, top 5 right now, 5th place. Ryan Acosta's in 6th. He's been there all day long. Harple fell back a little ways. He's in 7th. Cal Farrell, big stack up here with the lap cars. Farrell's ahead of affiliate teammate Matthew Rodriguez. That's 8th and 9th. And making up the top 10 places, it's a battle between Freeze
Here we
and
go.
Schallenberg.
This is huge. Schwalmberg's got to get down the inside of Vince Rees ASAP. He's got the run on the inside. There he goes. That's a point right there. That's huge for Schwalmberg. Sanford hasn't fared out too well, so this is going to be a big gain on him. So Schwalmberg, easy. This is crucial positioning there. 1 point. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot in my opinion. So get points to nothing, you know.
Well, this would be enough to put Schwallenberg. I think he would be tied, if not just on count back ahead of Charles Sanford in terms of the championship, because Sanford right now on 26 points, Schwallenberg's on 25. So
How does it look for the yeah, 1 point? I gotta wonder how it looks for the open car scenario here.
Looking at
you know,
the
with
open
Young.
cars, it looks
Yeah.
as though the 84 might be the lead open car currently. Of
What
Dylan
about the
Pote. Oh no, it's the
79?
79.
79. 79's ahead.
But Luke Martin's falling. I think he undercut again.
Yep, there's Luke Martin ahead of Dylan Poteet, and that battle's pretty close there. Now, these guys aren't in the battle for the charter battle. A little further back, the 98, new team for this race, first start for the 98. For Breeding Enterprises, Malik Nevins behind the wheel. Fantastic run by this team, really. 22nd position.
Yeah, Malik does a really good job in both the Hardee's National Series and his full-time duties down in the Napa Truck Series. So not really a surprise that he's able to get this equipment up to 22nd. For me, great run.
And then, yeah, it's Dylan Young, Lars Van Schaik, and then Francois
Never really covered
Chastain.
who retired
Yeah.
from the race here. We got Cole Baker out, Shelley, Charles Sanford, Aiden Shepard, Jade Eves, 13 Francois Chastain, and then 22
Liera.
Allison Liera, and Mitchell Collins, of course, who blew up on lap 16.
But how about that for the 91 team, though? P5 right now. You know, maybe might lose a position here and there, but even so, this is a huge game changer for them. More points with this 91 team, maintaining that they've got what it takes to go for this championship today. Really, this year, you know, P5, that's what, 10 points essentially? So, going to be a huge
Yeah.
game with DeMax really struggling this race. Marchese, you know, with damage to his car. No points for him. Charles Sanford's out of the race. Schwallenberg is only sitting in the 9th position, 2 points. And Weeks obviously is ahead of him right now. He's going to have, as of right now, 18 points, you know,
Get 8
allotted
more.
to him after
Yeah.
this. So, I mean, who else? So I think in the top 10, Lamas has not had a good weekend. Caps
Somebody
is sitting
has
in
fallen
fourth.
out of the top 10, by the
So-
way. We've got Schwallenberg up to 9th now with Freeze in 10th. Someone has
I think it was
fallen
Freeze
down.
that fell out. So
No, Freeze is back up to 10th now, is
Farrell.
what I'm saying.
Farrell.
Someone is down to
Farrell,
11th.
yep, Farrell.
Farrell down to 12th.
But you know, this championship, you know, Zayden Davidson just maintained that consistency here. You know,
Currently, as it
Yeah.
stands, it should be Zayden Davidson still clear in the championship battle,
29 points over the Max.
but he's currently 22 points ahead of Dejon Weeks. Weeks would jump to second in the point standings and only 22 behind Zayden Davidson. DeMax would fall a ways behind, and DeMax is a lap down in 16th.
And if Weeks drops down to, let's say, third, you know, Davidson could come out here maybe a race ahead of you know, the rest of the competition, you know, really ahead of second in points. So right now, this 91 team, they're looking in a very good spot here.
I'd say with so few laps to go, if Zayden loses any positions, it might only be as low as
He's gaining a gap.
9th.
He's pulled a gap on Sean Harple. So really, this is a wonderful call from the 91 team. Again, the strategy working out in their favor here in this Puma machine. They're just racking up points week after week, and that's really what you need to do here in the Sony Cup Series. And this is just convincing me more and more. This 91 team looks pretty good out there.
This is a championship valiant effort from the 91 team and Davidson for sure. They were missing something in that first run. They fell a lap down. They got a lucky break with the yellow flag, getting ahead of the leader when the caution fell.
He might catch Caps, I feel. The lap traffic kind of hurting him a little bit. A couple Mercedes compatriots, actually. They might be playing a little bit of team game here. 2 CBMs right in front of the Velocity Mitsubishi here, if you want to go that route. But yeah, that's holding up Caps actually really good. I think Curtis is playing a good teammate here, trying to help Davidson out. So, but you know, Joseph Strigley, they're on a whole different zip code here tonight. What a
Maybe
march
a little
for him. 40th to first.
Yeah, definitely. Just a real touch on that Mercedes Mitsubishi thing real quick. That'd be a rivalry of the M&Ms.
For sure.
But yeah, to your point about Shrigley, DJ, man, yeah, like just insane, really. The pace that car has had in this race today. I don't know what they did to it after qualifying, but they completely missed it in qualifying, and they have
Got
just
around his
had the
teammate.
race pace of the season today.
Schwallenberg by Rodriguez. That's for 6th place.
Yeah, Schwallenberg has really started to move up since he got into the top 10.
That's
He
good
is
progress.
falling.
That's good progress. Oh
Shrigley's
man,
in-
Strigley's stuck in lap traffic though.
Shrigley's going to make it interesting for
Oh.
us in these last 2 laps coming
I
up.
don't think you'd want to be in this situation, my friend.
Well, Jesse
Just gotta
Turner's
keep
not
it
up here,
clean.
so he should be okay.
Just gotta keep it clean, bud. Got 2 laps to go. Your first win is coming up towards soon. Just gotta navigate your way through traffic slowly but surely and just be methodical.
White flag this time by for Joseph Shrigley. And who would have
Farrell
thought
gets
it
out
would
of the
come
way.
at an oval track of all places, guys, instead of a road course, which is Shrigley's bread and butter.
White flag out in the air for Joseph Shrigley. Heartbroken at Homestead. Could have won there. Comes to Rockingham with a chip on his shoulder. He started 40th. And he's going to come away the win tonight if he doesn't crash it in 3 and 4. This is insane.
You can stay behind him. It's all good.
Lap
Just
cars
ride.
race in front of him. Joseph Shrigley's going to victory lane in the Sony Cup Series. Shrigley wins at Rockingham.
Yeah, bravissimo for the Canadian here. The long-awaited Sony Cup Series win has arrived, really, for Joseph Strigley. Couldn't quite get the words out of my mouth there. It's really just, it's awesome to see. You know, you're oh so close. You finally get it over the hump. That's all you need. Sometimes it's just that, just getting through that. And there you go. You can clock up more and more wins. And really, with this 86 team, they're consistently fast over and over again. This is a team that could go for the championship hunt again very early on in the season. But again, this is a huge momentum is huge here. You know, Zayden Davidson top 5 there. Dejon Weeks just couldn't quite really match up to Strigley's pace today here. P2. How about James Silverfox on the podium? P3. Dom Caps, great effort for him. P4. Zayden Davidson, points leader, going to get some more points. That's 10 for you, bud. That's P5. Schwallenberg, P6, what a climb for him. Remember, I pointed that out so many times. Fell back. Davidson fell back too. Really, a lot of good drives back with strategy calls that really came into play. Matthew Rodriguez, well-deserved 7th place run. Harple 8th. Ryan Acosta, very quiet run for him. Ran up in the top 10, top 15 realm. That's where he ends up. P9, gets some 2 points there. Gets a duo points, more or less. And then Vince Freeze racking up your top 10. How about that for the Martin Motorsports driver there? That's a measly point, but it's a point that matters.
And how about this right here with Shrigley's win? That's back-to-back wins for Honda with their 2 main teams there, Red Bull Racing at Homestead and now Horizon Group this afternoon. That's a pretty big statement there by the manufacturer.
Now Shrigley, he looked so fast all day, but when it really took a lot to get him up front. Lap 86, he took it, and there was just really no real doubt there, it felt like, when Shrigley got out front. He pulled that gap. Weeks tried to keep him honest, but overall Shrigley just had him covered. But for the championship battle, Zayden Davidson, very impressive that he was able to rebound like he did. Davidson gets 10 points. He loses 15 points to Shrigley and 8 points to Weeks. And Shrigley is now 24 points behind Zayden Davidson. And, well, Weeks has jumped to second in points, and he's 22 behind. So, I mean, still got some drivers that could take the championship lead heading into Road Atlanta. And all 3 of those drivers are good on the road courses. Weeks and Shrigley especially. And, well, Road Atlanta could be very, very interesting, to say the least.
Yep, it really is a carousel of chaos for Road Atlanta. Usually it's known for its attrition, if anything. So could be Survival Fest, could be, a dream come true for some underdog teams that could really pounce on an opportunity for points, more or less. So that's really the big scoop out of Road Atlanta coming up. But, a lot of good strategy calls from some teams like Zayden Davidson, Dylan Schwallenberg. They were able to cook some good results off the bat. Impressive showings for them. Joseph Strigley, though, again, on a whole different zip code. Well-deserved win, and a well-deserved first win for that Canadian. A lot more coming to him, I would think, if that team really maintains that consistency. UER looked very strong out there, Silver Fox and Harple, they just looked fantastic out there as well. Ryan Acosta, again, give a little shout-out there. Top 10 run. Vince Freeze as well. A lot of youngsters rising up, but a lot of old dogs are also coming into the fray as well. Let's see here, all the points racking up here, tallying them up.
As we sort this out for you. Yep, no, my math was not correct there. It's Shrigley that is the new championship leader. Or not new championship.
Or second
leader.
In points.
New
Close
second
in.
place.
You're getting there.
Davidson on 65 points. It's 21 points ahead of Shrigley. 22 ahead of Weeks. I thought it was Weeks ahead of Shrigley, but got it wrong there. DeMax fell a ways down. Dom Caps, back-to-back finishes in 4th place, has moved himself into 5th. Schwallenberg gets some points on the board, too. Stays right there in the thick of things. Marchese was fast all day, but just no points to show for it. Charles Sanford, he looked pretty fast early on, but just got involved in some accidents. Cody Lamas, we talked about it earlier in the race, just can't find any luck, it seems. England also was wadded up there. That's the top 10 in the points. Top 10 separated by 40 points. And, well, anything can really happen. If all it takes is winning a race and somebody finishing outside the top 10, and it changes literally everything, and anything can really happen. Still, 24 drivers have scored a top 10 this season, and, well, it's Davidson that is out ahead of everyone, and this was a statement race by that 91 team.
Yeah, it really is. Again, I think many thought, the 19 car would have been up there, right, the championship hunt, but it's kind of the other way around. Usually it's like, but, sometimes that's kind of what the racing gods have. They can run a really silly joke. But, again, really happy to see how Zayden Davidson's, blossoming out this year so far. Again, only 5 rounds in, and it's just awesome to see, really. Some drivers sometimes you just need that kind of, you have your bad seasons, but it kind of pays off with a good one at the end of the day. But so far, really strong start here. Again, 21-point gap over Strigley, again, coming off strong of that win just now. So it's going to be really, really cool to see. Really, and a lot of these drivers up here are really good at road courses too. So this could be a very spicy championship hunt for, Road Atlanta. But also you got to be wary of the twists and turns that track gives you.
Road Atlanta, we could see some drivers that haven't scored a top 10 this season get it done there at Road Atlanta. Maybe half the field usually doesn't finish the race. A lot of carnage tends to happen at Road Atlanta. We didn't race there last season, but we know what has happened in the seasons past. It is going to be the one to watch. You're going to have to tune in for Road Atlanta when the Sony Cup Series gets there for round 6 of the championship season. When we get done with Road Atlanta, which is next weekend, it will be a long while until we get to another race. It'll be late May when we go into Indianapolis for round 7. Round 7. Round 6 of the championship is Road Atlanta, and that's next weekend. And this championship fight right now, Davidson's had a clear stranglehold on that, but it could change in just one race. Well, Zach, DJ, anything y'all want to end this stream off with?
For me, I'm just very happy to see Justin Strigley get that first win. We love seeing first-time winners. I think that's really the coolest part of any racing venue is that you see someone finally come out on top. They've been waiting for so long, and there it is. Cream of the crop, well-deserved win again. Kudos to Justin Strigley. He's been waiting for a while, and yeah, I think a lot of us expect him to win on a road course, if anything. But well, he won here at Rockingham. Very tire demanding track. The pace was there. Didn't qualify well, but that comes to show you that qualifying pace isn't everything here in racing. Sometimes you just have to have simply a good car and race pace and have things go your way, navigate your way through traffic and through the dirty air, and bam, you end up on top with the right adjustments and all that.
Yeah, I would say I didn't have that top 5 in points on my bingo card for FPRL to start the season. Quite the surprising top 5. Obviously, drivers that you would expect to be top 5 in points, but others not so much. But gotta give a big congratulations to Joseph Strigley on the win here this afternoon. That car was just so hooked up. Would have been interesting to see what could have happened if we didn't have Cody Lamas stack up half the field there on that last restart, but he was off pace. He needed to come in and just about caused the caution too. But I'd say solid race from everybody here today, and Road Atlanta, everybody better get the rest in because Road Atlanta is one of those tracks where if you get in a crash, it can really beat you up. So I guess it's a good thing there's a good off week period after Road Atlanta. But that's all I got.
This is the rest of the finishing results. Don't believe we showed that before we cut away to the point standings, but Hannah Allen down here, England ran into problems. A lot of these guys had problems. And from 35th on down, they all finished out of the race. Baker Shelley, Sanford, Shepard, Eves, Chastain, Liera, Collins all ran into issues today. Bobby Jones, again, in this race, that guy cannot catch a break in the 47 car. And for Bobby Jones in the 47, has not scored a top 10 yet all season. 5 races, and the 47 team for Monster Energy Racing sitting with a big 0 in the point standings, which is very surprising to me. Dejon Weeks, his teammate, is sitting there on 43 points, which is a lot when you think of 42 cars starting the race and 25 points being up for grabs and how big parity is in the Sony Cup Series this season. And, well, Weeks is fighting for the championship lead, while Bobby Jones is just trying to get on the board this season, and he's sitting 65 points back to Zayden Davidson, which that's probably the biggest surprise to me so far to start this season. But your top 10, leaving Rockingham, it is Davidson, Strigley, Weeks to Max Caps, and then trailing those guys, it's Dylan Schwellenberg, Anthony Marchese, Charles Sanford, Cody Lamas, and Samuel England. It is still anyone's game in this championship race, but surely at this point, Zayden Davidson's the clear favorite, continuing to show that he's got the strength to fight for this 2023 championship. It has been very impressive to see him in the first 5 races. It will be very important to see if he can continue that streak. Road Atlanta is next, and I think that's a big unknown for many of these drivers. Make sure you tune in next weekend for round 6 of Road Atlanta, and we will see you then for the next venue. Probably gonna have to do what I always do, because always can't seem to turn the stream off at this point. But
I think you're gonna have to click the game to turn the stream off.
Yeah.
I would try that first. No, not close it, like end the stream in the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Bruh.
oh well.